Hello, ECDC. My name is Mr. LaScala. I'm the art teacher. Thanks for joining us on our second asynchronous learning classroom day. It's called asynchronous because I'm not actually here live, and I won't be able to answer your questions, but that's not going to stop you, I hope, from shouting out answers if I ask them to you. I'll give you a proper amount of time to shout out. But the reason why we have asynchronous is in case you want to review or go back and see maybe something that you did previously or you weren't able to visit. So if you were absent one day, you could definitely come and visit this, and you'll be able to see what we were up to, what we did, and if it was something where you were in class half the time, you can kind of fast forward and rewind or pause. You can watch this with your family or someone who's in your household and have some fun with it. We are going to be doing 2 books. I'm going to read 2 books to you today, and we're going to be doing 1.5 projects. I say 1.5 because we're going to be creating our love monster over here, step by step, and then I'm going to encourage you midway through our class to help me with these shapes and colors, but it is not required that you actually make them. I want you to help me out if you have the crayons and the time, okay? So we're going to make also a rainbow in that middle section. In the meantime, I want you to make sure you mute your mics, and you can put your headsets on right now and relax. Since I'm going to start to read the first book, you can kind of chill out for a little bit and let the story take you on a fun adventure. This is called The Dot by Peter H Reynolds. It's one of my favorites. Okay, and there's the title page. We have the spine. And that says, The Dot in script or cursive. You don't need to know script or cursive. They're not going to teach that in school. It's not bad to know, but your generation will be able to use your thumbs instead of your whole hand to draw and to write, really. The Dot. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. There. Okay, I don't want to see anyone jabbing a marker into their paper. The teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper towards Vashti and quietly said, "Now, sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name. The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn. Her dot, all framed in swirly gold. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted. A yellow dot, a green dot, a red dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow. She discovered that she could make a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting. Lots of little dots in many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. At the school's art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. Show me. The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, Please, sign it. The end. All right. Let's do a round of applause. If we do a round of applause, then we can do a triangle of applause. We can do an oval of applause. Double thumbs up. We could do the behind the head clap. And stop. Very nice. All right, so what do you think that book was about? Don't everyone say it at once. Okay, you're right. The book was about trying your best, and just making your mark is sometimes all you need to do. Remember, teachers, parents, and adults are just looking for you to try. Okay? They don't want you to ever give up, and you should really never give up. If you're trying, you should just keep trying, and don't get upset if things don't come out exactly how you think they will. All right? So we're going to take our first break. I have my little timer here. It's an away from the screen break. So that means I want you to get up, get away from the screen for 5 minutes. You can get a sip of water. You can do some stretching. You can even take a look out the window and see what's outside. All right? I don't mind if you play with the toy off to the side, but I just want you to get away from this screen for 5 minutes. If you have headphones on, you can take them off, even unplug it, so this way you can hear our buzzer go off. Our alarm is set. You may now get away from the computer screen. All right, come on back to your screens. I hope you had a good little break. Did you see anything awesome outside the window? All right. So we're going to be doing some basic finger exercises. This is what we do if we ever are coloring too much or something like that. If our hand gets tired, I want you to take a break whenever you want. You could take a break with just exercising your fingers just like this. Go ahead and shake them like this. Wiggle those fingers. All right, now you touch your thumb to your index finger, then your thumb to the tall finger, then the ring finger, and then the little finger. You can roll your thumbs forward and backwards, and then forwards, and then backwards. Roll your wrists forwards, and then backwards, and then forwards, and then backwards. Sprint your fingers like this. And the fun part, shake it all out. I like to shake my head too. And stop. Very nice. Next, I'm going to talk about glue and glue safety. I do not want you to use glue at home. All right, it can get very messy. If you have to, you can use a glue stick, or if your teacher wants you to use glue, that's up to her, or yes, up to her. But I will show you how to get glue off of your fingers if you have white glue on your fingers. So the way you use this kind of glue is you first take the top off so that you have a little space in between. Then you put a dot on the smaller piece that you're going to glue onto the bigger piece. And I want you to repeat after me. 1 dot holds a lot. Very good. Remember, use as many dots as you're told to, but you're never really supposed to actually drizzle it on ever, and you never want to make like a line with it, even if you're going around in a circle around the perimeter. You just want to use dots, okay, when you're using the glue. All right. Sometimes glue will be in different kinds of containers, like a bowl, maybe with a tongue depressor, or even a popsicle stick. Sometimes it's on a sponge. I've seen it on a sponge. I don't know if we're going to be doing that this year, but I do suggest having your own little glue bottle, and even more so, a glue stick. All right, so when you're finished, twist the top down. All right, and if you have any on your fingers, go like this. All right, rub it till it gets warm. If you have any on your hands, just go like this. All right, it should get warm, and you can even pick off the little flakes, the little pieces of it. And then you can go and you can use hand sanitizer, or you can go and wash your hands with warm water and soap. But please try not to wash your hands if you actually have glue on your hands still. Okay, it should be all wiped off by the time you wash your hands. You don't want to make more of a mess. Let's see. Remember, when you are sanitizing, I like to do ABCs quickly. All right, so I'm going to show you an example of how to do that. I'm going to get a little hand sanitizer, put it on my hand, and then what you do is you sing the ABCs quickly. You can sing with me right now if you'd like. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sanitize with me? All right. So that's how we sanitize our hands. That's how we use the glue. Remember, when you're sticking it onto your paper, you want to hold it there for at least 10 seconds, sometimes more. All right. Glue stick. The way we use the glue stick is a lot easier. You take the top off. Since there's nowhere to put the cap, we put it in front of our workspace so it's out of the way. All right, I like to put it like this, so it's kind of like a little cup. But then I turn up the glue stick so it's about that height. A little more, a little less. And then you glue what you need to glue. And when you put it away, I like to turn it down, kind of like chapstick. I put the cap on tight. See, there's a little space in between the two. That means it's not ready. All right, it made a little noise, and now It's flush, as they say. It's flat. Now it's ready to be stored, and it's ready for next time. Put it in with your pencils or your crayons or your arts and crafts box. All right? So that's what we do with glue and sanitizer. Next, we're going to go over some shapes, and we're going to identify some colors before our next break. So if you want to, you can do this with me. You need a piece of paper and a flat place to put it. On your desk or on the table that you're working on would be fine. I have a clipboard. I'm lucky that I have a clipboard that I can hold the paper on, so I can show you and demonstrate what colors we're going to be doing and what shapes we're going to be doing. If you're on like a sofa, a couch, or an easy chair, or on the carpet, or on the rug, you can use the back of a book. I suggest the back of a book just in case your crayon goes off. At least you're not ruining the cover of the book. And it might be best to leave a jacket cover on the book, just in case, once again, your crayon goes off of the paper and onto the book. All right. Please do not use markers. Unless there's an adult next to you, keeping an eye on everything. All right. We're going to start with this color right here. Shout it out when you see it. That's right, it is red. I'm going to go all the way up to here, and you can follow along and do this with me if you'd like. And what shape is that? That's right. Next color we're going to do is this one. Orange. Okay, so the orange shape is going to be a three-sided shape. 1, 2, 3. Shout it out. Triangle. Very good. The next color I'm going to use is this one. It's the color of my shirt. It's blending in very nicely with my shirt right now. Green. All right. We are going to make a four-sided equal shape right next to it. What shape is that? A square. Very nice. Now, sometimes our shapes don't look exactly like this, and that's okay. I want you to just be trying. Remember, as long as you're trying, you're doing your best, all right? So, yeah, even our triangles might have four sides or something, or our circle may look like an oval. And that's okay. These things happen sometimes. Okay, what's the next color I have for identification purposes? It is yellow. I'm going to do this one very close up, really close so you can see it, because yellow is very hard to see, especially from far away. Tell me if you can see that shape. Very good. If you said an oval, you got it correct. It looks like a squished circle or an egg. A yellow egg? I've seen brown eggs. I've seen white eggs. But I haven't seen a yellow egg. I've seen blue eggs. That doesn't mean they don't exist. I don't know where they are, but if you could tell me what bird lays a yellow egg, I'd be interested. Put that in the chat down below. All right. What color is this one? Very good. We have a purple color. All right. We're going to draw a four-sided shape underneath our oval. You can draw it under your oval if you'd like. What is it? Very nice. It is a rectangle. It is a rectangle. The next color we're going to use is this one right here. Yep, it's a blue shape. It's a blue color, so we're going to be using blue for our next and harder shape, okay? This is really difficult. Anywhere up here would be fine. This is going to be a heart. You can make a heart if you know how to make a heart. You can definitely make a heart how you want to. I make it kind of like a C, capital C, and then I point down. See how it started looking like a C? And then I point down. And I do a reverse C, backward C. pointing down. Okay, that's how I do my hearts. All right. You could try it a different way if you know a different way. That's okay. Something like hearts, it just takes a lot of time and practice just to get it right. And even when we're professionals, sometimes it's never perfect. I mean, if you'll take a look, my oval's not a perfect oval. All right. So those are the shapes that we're going to need to do. We're going to quickly go over the colors of the rainbow, so you can make a rainbow with me. And this is going to be like a semicircle. Say semicircle, it's basically a half of a circle, and it goes up and around. But we're going to start with the largest one on the top. Do you know what color we start with? Red. Okay, we start with a big red semicircle. Red. What color is next? Orange. What color is next? Yellow. Green. And the last color? Purple. Oh, in between that is blue. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. All right, and that's the order that it usually goes in for a rainbow. And there's even a color inside blue and purple that's called indigo. We don't need to worry about that. It's like a blue purple. All right, that's on the light spectrum, so that's not really important. You'll learn about that in second grade. Okay, so I'm going to give you your next 5-minute break, and then we're going to read and start our next book called Love Monster, and we'll jump right into that after this break now. Oh, get a pencil and a paper and crayons ready if you didn't already. We're going to use the back of our paper for the next assignment. Screen break time. When that red disappears, the alarm goes off, and I expect you to come on back to the computer screen. All right, it's time to come back. Come on back to your class. Have a seat. All right. We're going to quickly do a picture, so you can use the back of your coloring sheet if you started one. You could use notebook paper if you really want to. And you'll need a black crayon to get started. You're going to hold your paper this direction. This is called horizontal. Say, horizontal. Some teachers call it landscape view. That would be okay. So, what you're going to need to do is first draw a rectangle. In the middle of your paper, I like to draw a vertical rectangle like this. All right. Oh. We have to read Love Monster. I'm jumping ahead. Love Monster by Rachel Bright. Love Monster. This is Love Monster. Oh, this is a monster. Hello, monster. I think you'll agree he's a little silly looking, to say the least. He lives in a world of cute, fluffy things, which makes being funny looking pretty hard. You might even have noticed that everybody loves kittens and puppies and bunnies, cute fluffy things. But nobody seems to love a slightly hairy, I suppose a bit googly-eyed monster. Poor monster. This might be enough to make a monster feel, well, down in the dumps, but not being the moping around sort, he decided to set out and look for someone who'd love him just the way he was. He looked high. You look up high? Oh, you can use a telescope or a spyglass to look high. Very nice. He looked low. There he is with a magnifying glass. He looked middle-ish. Those are binoculars. He looked inside and outside. More than once, he thought that maybe, just maybe, he'd found what he was looking for. But as it turned out, things were never quite as they seemed. Yes, it would be fair to say that his search did not go well. And then it didn't go some more. It didn't go well for such a long time, in fact, that it began to get dark and scary and, well, not very nice. So the monster, having lost all his oomph, decided it was time to give up and leave. But in the blink of a googly eye, everything changed. You see, sometimes, when you least expect it, love finds you. The end. Let's see yours. Now you can do a heartbeat. Remember, the heart's right about here when you're doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay? Almost center. All right. So, we're going to pick up our Love Monster picture, and we're going to begin by drawing our rectangle, and then we need to have eyes, which are two circles with dots in them. Just like that. He has triangular ears, a line for a mouth. We can put teeth, which are triangles also. Now he has a little heart right about here. Remember, it's a C pointing down and a backward C pointing down. All right. Now, let's see if we can find his toes. Because he has feet, kind of. Yep, there are his toes. 6 circles with triangles inside them. Let's do that right now. It's okay if yours are not just like mine or like the book, as long as you're trying. Those are toenails or claws. Now we can add arms just by going like this out the side. This is the real tricky part. All right, we'll draw a line under his feet, under his toes. Call that a horizon line. Say horizon line. Here's how you can make grass. You can use 1 line, 2 lines so it looks like a V, or 3 lines so it looks like a bird's foot. Very nice. So here we have our love monster, and now he's ready to be colored in. You can use any color you'd like. Do you remember the color of our love monster? Red. Very good. What color was the heart? Do you think you remember? Purple. Very nice. And what color was his friend that he met on the bus? Orange. All right, everybody. I want you to color these in and send them to my email address. My email is all up here. This is my family connection, KLASCALA@WBOE.net. This is under the YouTube heading 9/14/20 to 9/18/20. And I hope you have a great day and a wonderful week. Color these in over the weekend if you want. After school, have fun, color with somebody else. And don't forget to color the sky and your love monster. Have a great day and a wonderful week. Thank you, adults and parents.